Well, I guess I'll start the run.
This place is great, really comfortable. I'm just gonna get settled in. Time to move on. Get on with my life. Yes, absolutely.
As for new additions to the run, I took out one skip that didn't work as intended and modified a few of the skips and added one new skip.
Let it go. Seriously.
So there will be some small changes. I'm feeling kind of tired right now, but hopefully it doesn't affect my shooting skills too much.
No. If I'm honest, I
Just gonna do my best, and of course I always have the option to just quit all of a sudden, rage quit if it gets way too bad to continue. It is the fundamental right of every streamer.
I had lost my self-respect, but it's back. I'm excited. Really. I really needed a new start. I think you're right. I think I am.
Alright, the connection is stabilizing. The amount of dropped frames is...
It certainly ain't New Jersey.
Well, it's dropping.
It's my new life. Just
Perhaps
like you
this will
said.
be a clean quality run yet.
Listen, if you think I can still do a job, what have I got to lose? Apart from the weight. Very funny. Ha ha. Yes, that is a fake laugh, you jerk.
Alright, let's get this show on the road.
Things had gone from fine to fucked up in about a second, and now there were two idiots at the wheel.
Clear. Got this floor?
Sure.
Look after yourself, bro. Stay safe.
It wasn't my own safety I was concerned about, trophy wife or not. I'd said I would protect the girl.
I can detect a slight lag.
Tranquila! Tranquila! Nós cuidamos disso.
Slight choppiness from streaming at the same time,
No, you?
but
Who the hell's Rodrigo?
I don't know, man.
should be okay.
Thanks.
Somebody's gotta go find him.
Está tudo sob controle agora. Fica tranquilo.
I imagine the elevator door is opening to a firing squad.
Where you got him?
Rodrigo was too rich a prize for them to throw away. Sure, I'd have to work hard to get him back, but I knew the bad guys
All right.
wanted the boss alive, almost as much as I did. They weren't far ahead.
That was a pretty short
Once I
fight.
opened the door, I'd actually have to come up with a plan. Another parking lot rattling with gunfire. Was I too late?
Come on. Huh. That was, well, a little bit slow.
It's gonna be all right, Mr. Bronco.
You're okay. You're okay. Come on, get up. Come on, get up. You're okay.
Hard to believe that was a gold split, honestly. But then again, this is only really the second run, so it's easy to get gold splits.
It was time for some R&R, the only way I knew how.
Quem porra você acha que é falando com meus homens assim?
Você acha que tem o direito de matar as pessoas a sangue frio, Becker?
Cala a boca, cuzão. Continua dando multa. Não põe o nariz onde não é chamado.
Now for some super long cutscenes, which sadly can't be skipped,
Chama uma ambulância!
at least so far.
Fuck.
You did good, Max.
And with that, I guess I was ready for bed. So good.
Hey, what could be better, huh? The good guys are reunited, and the Commando Sombra are dead.
Yes. So who's this guy?
I don't know. Some kind of cop. Different branch of the police, not UFE, but normal cops. I don't know what to say. Everywhere politics. Shit, Max, you look kind of beat up. Let's get this lot home and then I'll
A couple of
get you home
days
to tomorrow.
later, it was back to work. Ferrying the boss's broad and his dipshit of a brother out for the night so they could recover from their brush with mortality. Then again, what did I expect? These were the kind of people who went to nightclubs in helicopters. Fabiana had brought her sister along, presumably so she could show off just how rich and empty her life was. And boy, was she about to learn the meaning of rich and empty.
Max! Max! I was speaking to you! Sorry, what was that? Oh, I was saying we get to do a lot of scrapes, man!
Well, we're still here.
Hey!
Thanks to you, Max. I owe you my life.
Boom! It wasn't just him, huh, baby?
Oh, yes, Marcel. I'm sure you did a lot to save everyone. You were probably worried about getting blood on your stash.
Very funny!
Thank you, Max. I don't know what I would do without my sister.
Spend even more time doing something useful. You know she works in the favela. She's the good sister.
Oh, shut up.
I wonder what happened to my splits from the last run.
It's horrifying.
I could have sworn I had successfully split at least some of the later levels. But now most of it is gone. Oh well.
place. E aí, Zé Carioca, palavrada. I love this view.
Yeah, this must be one of the longest cutscenes
Do a little business, have some fun. I need it too.
in the
I've been
game.
working far too hard.
It has a few 4-minute breaks where nothing happens. Chapter 7 probably takes the cake. With the absurd amount of cutscenes plus some walking simulator thrown on top.
Marcelo, Fabiana, it's been too long.
Você lembra da minha irmã, Giovanna?
Claro que sim, Fabiana. I'm glad you are still with us. Come, I heard what happened. I've missed you. I would have called, but you know how it is. Didn't want it to bother you. Hey, Marcelo. Marcelo, I think I might have an interesting investment for your brother.
Well, call him up, homie.
I haven't seen him for a while. Last week was Fashion Week. My God, Egypt, but so beautiful.
Alright, let's get back to it. I shot one of the guys twice just to make sure.
I hadn't seen it coming, but that was no surprise. It's hard to keep your eye on the ball through the bottom of a glass. The doors...
Oh, I failed to pick up the... Alright, here we go. Alright, now I for certain have future data buffers.
Son of a bitch.
Você não vai sair daqui vivo!
What happened to my bullets? Oh well.
Que porra você tá fazendo?
It's not like I need a lot of bullets in the upcoming sections. And now... Future data.
They were headed for the helicopter pad. I had to get to the roof before Giovanna and Fabiana left on a one.
The enemy shot Max at a very lazy pace,
I knew
though.
this was gonna
That
be
was
a
pretty
bad
slow.
idea, but in the continued absence of any good ones, I decided to go with it. What a view. I guess my time in Sao Paulo wasn't quite the paid holiday.
A little shortcut there. Where's that one guy that's... What a slow thug. He was supposed to come out of the door much sooner.
If we get out of this alive, you two are fired.
Is that a promise?
Damn it. You can shoot one of the thugs through the letters. It's a nice shortcut, but kind of hard to do consistently. And the last one. I guess these sections have some RNG to them, since the enemies do some weird stuff sometimes. Don't come out of the door when they're supposed to.
Either way, to find Giovanna before they did.
Vergonhoso! Ela não vale a pena. Temos a mulher de branco. Foi por isso que viemos aqui. Vocês todos me
What? I got stuck on something. What? Come on. Well,
This was
could
a
have been
mess.
worse.
Where the hell
Could
was
have been a lot better
Passos?
too.
We were too...
Giovanna! Giovanna!
And that was chapter 2.
There. What's happening? Where were you?
Are you alright?
What
Once
do I
again,
look
it was a
all
gold split, even though it had no right to be a gold split.
right? Crazy. Is he okay?
Need to make a quick detour. He's fine. He's right there.
So one new thing in this run is I will try to set up future data at a different location.
Put the gun down. Put down your gun.
I suspect it's a little bit faster
Seems like I
than
wasn't
going
the
to
only guy
chapter
around here
2.5.
taking his eye off the ball.
Are you okay? Open the bag.
My
Show me it's
weakness
full of
was
money.
the drink. Passos was the sister. Things were turning pretty ugly in this town. The boss's girl was gone, and part of me wished I was too.
Once again, desyncing cutscene. I'm not sure what makes it happen.
Apparently someone up in the nosebleeds.
Well,
didn't
in any
like the
case,
game
I have
we
to
were
quit the
playing.
game and
The money was gone,
get
and I was
future
next
data
if I could get
elsewhere.
off that field.
It's the name of the
Bullets
game.
came from-
So I will go to chapter 9:17 this time. And here I simply have to wait for the failure cutscene to kick in. Like that. I expect it's a little bit faster than going to chapter 2.5, but yeah. I haven't
Apparently
done a
someone up in the
comprehensive
nosebleeds
timing on
didn't
which
like the
is
game
actually
we
the
were playing.
fastest
The money was gone,
fastest
and I was
temporary
next if I could
location
get
from
off
where
that field.
from where to buffer a new
Bullets came
future
from
data.
long range.
Chapter 2.7 is
We were
also really
well-armed
fast, but
professionals, and I was starting to feel
it
decidedly
requires a player who likes sniping, doing the sniping section over and over really fast.
You okay?
amateur. Yeah.
It's a little bit
All
different.
right. Let's go.
I don't know.
There's got to be a first aid kit around here somewhere.
It could
I'd
be
been
fast
shot
for
more
a good
times
player
than I could remember,
without the lag.
but this felt different. Maybe fate was sending me a message, trying to tell me my luck was finally about
Anyway,
to
I have a
run
future
out.
data
Or
buffered.
maybe
I will
just
use
severed an
it
artery and was bleeding out like
at
any
the
number of
final
fools
corner
who got
before
shot
the level
playing with
begins
guns.
proper.
Either way, I was failing fast. God damn it. At least one of us had a gun now. That raised our chances of survival all the way from nil to slim.
Come on, Max. You can do this. Come on.
The guy with the bag must have got hit. He's bleeding all over the place.
He's not the only one. Come on. I think he went this way.
So this was it. My easy retirement money. My blood-stained 401k. A chance to drink for free while chaperoning socialites around town and making sure the poor people didn't get too close. The brochure sure didn't mention any of this shit.
Still with me back there, brother?
Hold on. Wait here a second.
Alright, let's see here. future data.
Whoa.
Looks like I missed all the fun.
You see there, Grandpa? Come on. Getting flashbacks. That wedding was
Back to the good old days when I thought I might actually like this job.
Yeah, just as intended. This skipped a long cutscene.
Careful, my friend. There's blasphemy in this town.
Come on, where am I shooting?
Okay, bro.
That was...
I won.
What?
Is he back?
That was remarkably sloppy.
So what am I, the button pusher?
Yeah. This is good.
I suddenly lost all my aiming skills.
Day at
Right
the
clowns
office,
get the
huh?
money. Should have known this would end
Hopefully
Think
this weakness doesn't last for the end of the run. Hopefully it's just a temporary thing.
Guess I must have skipped that class. Brother. Could be any.
Gotta focus.
Let's go.
Access to high-powered sniper rifles and trained killers.
That's pretty much everyone.
How's he going? Great. So what now, Einstein?
Heads up. Here comes friend.
Yes, we get these Comando Sombra their money. Make sure they know we did not try to trick them otherwise. Come back to your shit.
Caralho, mano, não faça isso, foi uma cigana, cara. Vamos vazar, vamos.
Something tells me we're heading in the right direction.
Yeah, definitely not the smoothest playing out there, but
You okay?
About the
maybe it
same
does
as
the
before.
job.
Looking forward to getting out of this shithole.
This way.
It didn't sound like we were the only ones getting shot at. Who the hell had tipped these guys off? I didn't know what to think anymore. This town had more smoke and mirrors than a strip club locker room.
Você está bem?
Alright, another skip coming up.
Check this out.
Nate to be giving him his last rites, don't you?
This crap jack. This is high-end gear. These guys are seriously financed.
I'll get you one for Christmas. Come
Well,
on, let's get moving.
at least I hit
I
Passos.
knew what would happen to Fabian.
He's the one target I can always hit.
Time. Yes.
Hit him better than the enemies.
The back.
I might have written a book on dumb ideas, but Passos sure wasn't afraid to quote from it.
My bullet situation is looking kinda grim. Where's the last guy? There. Ah, shotgun.
Let's move when we get the chance. Right behind you.
It's almost almost like the guy at the top is in a random location each time.
Something more intimate and
I can never
short-range.
predict where he is.
Look, I'll deal with the guys on the other side of the fence. You take the others.
Whatever you say.
Too close to walls. I need to learn to avoid that and Also, my ammo count isn't looking all that good again. I'm not entirely sure if I have to kill the very last guy if he is so far away. Sometimes it feels like I don't have to kill all the enemies, only the enemies near the door to progress. Whoop, last painkiller.
Looks like some kind of maintenance elevator.
Where you headed?
Going up.
Alright, new tactic in this area. Well,
Hey, look out! You get to the sniper on you! Come on, move, move! Get your ass in gear, bro!
once again I have the feeling that could have been much better. What? Come on. Welp, that future data skip didn't work out. I think general things look very, very sloppy. But maybe we'll live.
Top of the stairs, Max! Shit! Two more up top, bro!
I got it.
Two coming! Other side of the stairs! Three more! Coming right for me! Stop there! Put down this last one! Quick, Max! Up the stairs! Come on, man! Alright, I'm making a run for it!
Alright, and it was on the last ammo too. Last bullets.
That was too close. I'm getting inside before any more show up.
And clear, Max.
Yeah, I started
Damn,
future
bro.
data even though I don't really
fun.
need it.
Listen to me. You head for the chopper.
In
We
this
need to be
chapter.
ready to get the hell out of here. I guess I'll stay on the money.
Sounds like a plan.
Bit late for a plan, pal.
God damn it.
Max?
Shit. Now I got another sniper on me. So let me deal with this guy first.
All right, bro. I'm moving too. Stay in touch.
Place was like Fort Knox.
Hey, Passos. Passos.
Got you on the security camera. Where are you?
I don't know. Somewhere in this goddamn stadium. Jesus.
What's going on there?
I think the guys that came to rob us are coming to finish the job.
Remind me again, who are these fine gentlemen?
Some kind of paramilitaries, I don't know.
Paramilitaries?
Right-wing guns for hire, ex-cops, military, I don't know. But they can handle weapons.
What's going on now?
Guy's pleading for his life. He's saying that Fabiana is being held at the docks of the Chete River. Jesus, they've shot him.
Well, there goes the money. Now we've lost the wife and $3 million bucks. The boss will be giving us a raise at this rate.
Yeah, that's messed up, all right. Come on. We gotta get out of this place. Take care of that guy in the IT tower. I'll meet you at the chopper.
I'm gonna make a run for the light rig. I had a hole in my second favorite drinking arm, and the only way we were likely to get Fabiana back now was in installments. Whoever our uninvited guests were, I was about done playing soldier. There was only one way up there. Destroyed Sao Paulo's most hallowed place of worship. Looking back, it was strange how the cops never showed up, but things had a habit of only making sense to me, looking back long after I'd run out of time to fix them.
I see you! You're right on top of him! Jump the railing!
Alright, time to finish this chapter.
At least we know where she is! Yeah, fantastic. Another good day's work.
For New Jersey.
Oh shit!
I don't know why I did it.
Keep your head down!
I'd like double handguns, but I couldn't find them on the ground.
I know you from a fucking army down here. Kill this shit! Jesus Christ, they're throwing, man!
Hey, how's the hangover?
Long way off. If I've got anything to do with it.
Stop. I told you to stop. We're fine. What do you mean?
Fuck, the fucking
I'm moving. Cover me.
I ain't waiting to see who else shows up. Come on.
Alright, let's give this a try. One, two,
Fucking Christ! Right there.
3, 4, 5, 6.
You alright? Yeah. Good. I live right around the corner. Let's go this way.
Let's go, man.
The bar was right around the corner from
Vamos,
my
man, let's
apartment.
go!
It only took a few minutes to get back. Might make the pain of leaving somewhat easier. hard seeing Brewer go out like that. But I got the
I
thinking,
guess
it
the
was what he
next
was
skip
waiting
will
for,
be
a chance to make a
the very end
difference.
of the level.
At least that's what helps me sleep at night. Up and out. Scramble away from what's left of your life over dead bodies and a few loose roof tiles. If I'd thought things through, I may have sat down and let myself burn right there.
Melee. That is never my intention.
Gunfire over Hoboken.
Come on.
Felt strange to be at the center of it again. The target, that is. Like an old comedian.
Oh, I forgot the split. Damn it.
There were wrecks
It was
all
going so
around,
well.
and not the kind you fix up for a weekend.
That picked up
project.
an
These are the
useless
wrecks you cross
shotgun.
the road to avoid.
And they're always one step ahead.
They don't need to second guess us when they're covering all the angles.
Don't worry, you're gonna be okay.
This a building compliance meeting up here?
We gotta wade down to the street. Come on.
Yeah, just bypass chapter 3 for now. I forgot to split it.
These chumps have been chopping up cars around the corner from my apartment for the last year. The ex-cop in me clocked it months ago, but the deadbeat in me didn't give a shit.
I'm fine with the leather. This don't show the blood so much.
The end of this chapter has gone much better than the beginning.
How's this look?
It's gonna be me that kills you. Get that fuck.
Dead end.
Just you know your way around these parts.
Hello, Daniel the Assassin.
She's gotta be there. Need a hand? This is a known Comando Sombra area.
You know, if I've been doing my job properly, we wouldn't be out
Another
here in the middle
test
of
run.
nowhere looking for some broad who got pinched on my watch.
That's what we tell ourselves, huh? It's all our fault.
No, I'm serious.
Should be a bit quiet.
Well,
Time
the
they
run
grabbed the
is...
girls, I was
Well,
getting
I
caught.
failed one small future data
I
skip,
ain't slipping,
and
man. I'm
playing is
slick.
in general pretty sloppy, but that's to be expected,
Work private
because
security.
I'm still
We're
not
all
a pro
ex-soldiers,
player and
ex-special forces, ex-cops, ex-good guys.
feeling kinda tired today as well,
We all
so...
have our reasons why we became ex.
But yeah,
Maybe now we can
other
prove
than
it.
that,
Hey,
things have gone pretty well.
So that was it, was it? Say the magic word and be absolved of your sins. If only shit were that simple, I'd have done it years ago. Me, I've
Yeah,
been
it
stuck
seems
in
the
past
splits
so
just
long, I've
disappeared
forgotten what
somewhere.
year it was.
Max, did you put
Most
your
of the
daydreaming?
splits. The splits for the first 3
Over there.
chapters were intact,
the engine.
but all the
Right
others
in.
are gone. It's one of life mysteries.
Don't go anywhere. was some hopped-up gringo a long way from home, making trouble the only way I knew. As the weather worsened, I caught a glimpse of the rusted shells of previous lives that had been lived out here in this swampy shithole, and I wondered if I would end up the same way, or what would happen to that girl I was supposed to protect.
Alright, time for that super random sky jump trick. And I will also start future data here.
Quer que eu sempre sua parte de merda.
So far, I'd managed to keep a low profile, a bit out of character for a guy who's only comfortable
The
with a
gun
bottle of
seems to
whiskey
be in a
or
pretty good
gun in
spot.
his hand.
Yeah, this should do it. Oh, don't ragdoll down, please. Now for the tricky jump up the roof.
I guess the center of the
No,
maze
that was
in this
too-
direction.
There we go. What's going on? It's that was a little bit scary. The collision of the roof is really weird, and sometimes even if you get enough height to get on top, Max can fall through it. So yeah, I've seen many of the failure cutscenes. What? Don't melee attack the door, Max. Yeah, I've seen them in chapter 2 and well, mostly in chapter 2, I guess. It's a nice secret.
I had to keep on going across the docks.
Alright, now I have to quit and continue, just to make sure things load correctly. And I should have the future data buffered. Yeah, special failure scenes are pretty interesting, as Easter eggs at least. Far too many games just have a generic, yeah, mission failed, try again. Splinter Cell games also had some pretty fun, conversations if a mission failed, or so I recall. Alright. Now for the epic bolt ride.
Max? Max? You alright? What's going on? Where's Fabiana?
They took her in a boat. That way. Straight ahead.
Okay, don't worry. Hang on.
Boy, did I need to hang on. The whole operation was slipping out of our grip. I was an overconfident chump going into the jungle alone.
Shit, more company! How's she look, man? Fabiana?
Beat up, broken, alive. I don't know what to say.
This ain't looking good, bro!
As another good thing, this run has had far less frame drops than the previous one. So if it does end up as a record or something, or a good time in general, it will look better. Oh, so using golden guns is allowed. I see. Well, I disabled them just in case.
Catch up to them. I can catch Fabiana's boat if you get these guys out of our path. Keep after them. We need to get past that decoy boat. Grenade! Down. I think she's flooded, bro. I gotta try and get her back up.
Let's go, brother.
Boat's gonna sink, dude. We ain't gonna be able to take much
Okay,
more.
it seems a bit like some New Game Plus feature, so that's why I didn't use. Oh well.
Over there, man, over there. Keep her steady. Need some more time. Not cool. Die in the swamp. I nearly got it.
Overheating.
Keep 'em back. Shit, look out for him.
Well, alright.
Come on. You come the fuck on.
Let me do that as I... Wait a minute, gameplay. There. At the same time I start future data, I activated the golden guns. Multitasking at its finest. Yeah, perhaps that will make things a little bit easier.
Hey, that's them. Almost, buddy, almost. You think you can get these boats out of the water?
Yeah, I deal so much damage that it's now easier to just aim for the boat.
Brazilian tourist office should get a load of this.
Man, they know all about it. Shows a different campaign.
The place was crawling. How many guys they got?
How many poor kids want nice sneakers? It ain't hard to hire. Hey, we're on them again. See Fabian?
Move up on them!
All right. We'll get us a little closer.
Close in!
Just give me a second.
We'll see if Max explodes here like in the last run.
This is screwed. We're not coming this close to let her go.
I'm afraid this shit's gonna come down to more than willpower.
Move up on them! Give it to strong!
It's really close. Why do I take so much damage there? And now after this part, probably the single most important skip in the game. I hope I get it. There. And I remembered to split too, that's good.
They had an entire goddamn army.
Don't think anybody knew.
I heard that. Down behind the desk
Give
now.
me a
Both.
second. I'm not feeling so good.
Down behind the desk.
Sudden
now. Both.
time skip to Max's next workday.
You fucking pair of clowns! I'm sorry, sir. We risked our lives several times over trying to save.
I know. I just wish I knew what was happening and why.
Yes.
Well, I said it for our family.
Real security guards had been run off, paid off, or bumped off. That left us. It wasn't a fantastically
Yeah, it's fun how the
comforting
audio overlaps.
Are we dead?
No such luck. We gotta go.
It's through here.
The server room is just past those cubicles.
Alright, I practiced this area a little bit offline. Let's hope the practice pays off. Nice, that was fast. And I have future data buffered, but I won't be actually using it until the place is all a fiery hellhole. Where's the final dude? Oh, he wasn't the final dude. Alright. Not too shabby.
Come on, move. You gonna be able to fix this or what?
In a few minutes, eh? I should be able to reboot the system, get all the components back online.
What about Bronco's office? That's all I care about.
We should be able to lock us down, eh? If this works.
Yeah, I'm not that familiar with Borderlands 2.
Sweep of the building and then get back to Rodriguez.
I've seen some glitches from it.
The security system was back online. Things might be a little tougher for our family.
Bronco's office overlooked the atrium. I could check in and make sure he hadn't checked out.
Oops, what was that?
Max!
I was supposed to
He was tucked up safe.
Supposed to jump
Now I
down the
need to make it
stairs.
to the lobby to complete my sweep of the building, for what that was worth.
Boss fight. What? All right.
It looked like we'd seen the worst of it. The elevator would take me back up to Rodrigo's office where we could wait the rest of it out. I didn't know what the hell I was gonna find up there.
Yeah.
But I sensed it wasn't gonna be a
I
stripper
figure it
bursting
might
out
be
of a
easier.
cage.
My fight tactics aren't as refined as the other parts of the route. Yeah, I'm sure it would be faster. Gotta keep that in mind. Thanks for the tip. I have some blind spots in the route like that.
I knew there was another way in upstairs for the helipad. The little luxury runaround that kept the rich looking down on the poor literally as well as metaphorically.
Rodrigo! Rodrigo! Rodrigo!
Of course, he was dead. Clean, one shot, a professional job. I began to look for clues. I couldn't get playback on one of the cameras and it looked like the disc was missing. Someone in this building was trying to keep things low-key. But then why had everyone else come driving through the goddamn wall? Fabiana. Even if the man who employed me was dead,
I usually start speedrunning something
maybe she could be saved.
if it has good enough glitches. Glitches are a big motivator, personally.
Picking the photo.
But also I like if I have something new to add to the existing runs. Just learning an existing route and grinding it isn't my idea of fun. I want to route and figure out some new stuff while I'm at it.
Blind luck, it meant the blast wasn't fatal. If I'd been out for any longer, the smoke would have gotten me. Perfect. If I wasn't immolated, I was gonna get crushed to death. Look at me. I've been contracted to protect two people. One was being held in some hole. The other was sitting at his desk with a bullet in his head. And the company that had its logo on my paycheck was melting on top of my head. There's no way one bomb could have done all this. Unless the place was made of gasoline. This whole joint must have been rigged.
Você,
kid hadn't made it. Fuck. I had to make this corpse-looting coward pay. Getting his gun was more than just expediency.
Wow. He got a lot of speed from that bullet. What's up with the lighting? Can't see anything. Challenge runs.
Rodrigo or not, Fabricas Bronco is falling apart quite literally.
I think some graphical setting on low causes these weird graphical anomalies. Yeah, good enough. Where's the HUD? Previously I noticed that the future data makes the reticle go away. But apparently it makes the entire HUD disappear in this checkpoint. I have no idea how close Max is to death.
Sunday afternoon.
Not that it
My
matters
next
at
trick would
this
be a
point.
high wire act with a fiery pit for a safety net. It was nice that no one was shooting at me for a change.
Alright,
but
I
I'd
need to
take
start
shot in the
future
head over
data
a
at the
slow
next
roast on a
skippable
spit any day of the
cutscene
goddamn
to
week.
do a skip in the chapter 7 start. So let's do it. A split. And watch a ton of cutscenes.
Hello.
Hello, Victor.
Max? Max, you're alive?
Of course I'm alive.
We did not know this. We are lost, Max. Our brother was everything to us.
I understand. Listen, I'm sorry about your loss. Both of you. Rodrigo was a good man. I failed him. But I was tricked.
What happened, Max?
I don't know.
Some guys from the Crush.
Yeah, Max Payne 3 is like a nice crime movie with the occasional glitch.
An assassin must have come in and executed your brother. At least that's how I
I guess it all makes sense since, after all, this is Max's story. He is narrating this, and his memory is a little bit fuzzy at this point. So whatever weird stuff happens, it's just Max's memory playing tricks on him.
Right now I'm going to get Fabiana.
Where is she? Where is Fabiana, eh?
She's in a place called Nova Esperanza.
So basically all the glitches are canon. That's what I'm trying to say.
One of the Crotch Praetor told me this before he died.
Please, bring our sister-in-law back to us, Max. Our family is being torn apart.
So I guess I was finally about to go and experience the other side of Sao Paulo firsthand. The bit people try to ignore. The unpleasant memory they try to obliterate with cocktails and helicopters and parties and lines of blow, like rich fools the world over. I was a day off the sauce for the first time in years and knew I was due a hangover sent direct from Mother Nature. I had no idea where the hell I was gonna go, so I decided to head straight for the street party that seemed to be raging. Either that or some other fool had gotten there before me and now was being ritually sacrificed. I've had better ideas, but then I've also had worse ones, like accepting this job in the first place.
Alright, I'm back.
Speak English?
It's easy to do some cleaning up around the room during all these cutscenes.
I know lots of girls. Sexy. Come on, come on. This way.
Hey Atrix.
Wait a minute. Down there?
I've seen one of the Max Payne movies a long time ago. I don't remember much about it though.
This way. Come on.
At least I'd found myself a tour guide.
Yeah, I used to play the 3D Grand Theft Auto games back in the day, but I can't recall having all that many glitches in them.
Two types of people. Those who spend their
They were
lives
just
trying to build a future, and those who spend
just
their lives
nice
trying to
open world
rebuild the past.
crime
For too
sandbox
long,
fun.
I've been stuck in between, hidden in the dark. What was I really doing, walking in there with my bad haircut and ridiculous shirt? Was I there to make something right? Or was I just using a messed up situation to indulge myself?
One
grasping
interesting
some
challenge
desperate delusion
when you use future
control,
data in
maybe
runs
two
is
went hand in hand
you
more
need to
than
be
I
really
care to
careful
admit.
where you pause the game. Like, a speedrunner can't just go... Speedrunner can't just think to himself, alright, doorbell is ringing, I need to pause the game and go answer the door. Because if they do that, they might accidentally activate future data, which might, in worst case, soft lock the game.
Into some kind of street party. This was the kind of reality Americans paid top dollar.
So in
to
that
see.
sense,
Slums had
it
become
would make
tourist
sense to
attractions,
start
places where
future
yuppie
data
could
in a
gawk
more
at the end of
controlled
the spirit
fashion,
of
only
cool
when it's really
inside
needed.
of their bulletproof
My
buses.
playing style is that I basically
felt
keep
dumb
one
and
buffered
exposed.
all the time,
I missed
so that
the
I don't have to
booze.
think about it
Not
too
that
hard.
mattered. Sober or drunk, I was hardly undercover. I stood out in this place like a streetwalker in a monastery.
I think the city that Max Payne 3 takes place in is a fictional one. It's a fictional city that is modeled after some existing Brazilian city, but I'm not entirely certain.
What do you need, guys? What do you
O que
need?
você tá fazendo aqui? Eu tô te perguntando. Eu te chamei aqui, porra!
Easy, pal, easy.
Ah, então. Você é americano de merda.
Look, I didn't mean any offense.
Me dá só uma razão pra eu não te matar, seu americano burro. Hã?
Desculpa, amigo, por favor.
Oh, alright.
Tudo que você
I read the
tem,
Wikipedia
diabo.
article.
Pega o dinheiro
Yeah,
dele,
Nova
pega o dinheiro
Esperança
dele.
is fictional. Yeah, alright. That's how it went.
Passa aqui. Dá logo. Dá logo. Filho da puta.
It's parts fiction and
Valeu,
parts
mano.
reality.
Bem-vindo à favela Nova Esperança. Agora não, fora daqui.
All things considered, I was gonna have to look on this as a good outcome. I was deep in gang territory. These kids were raised hating clowns like me. Middle-income ass-kickers who protected the rich by shooting kids like them. First day off the sauce, and somehow I'd still ended up in the gutter.
Eu não sei o que vamos fazer.
Aí, boa. Joga.
This is a pretty fitting game
There
to
was one
play
thing I'd learned
during
since
these
I'd been here.
extremely
It was that Brazilians came out of
during
the
these
womb
hot
kicking
summer
the
weathers.
ball. And for kids like these, was there one
The
legitimate
exotic
chance I'd
locale
take it out of
and
here.
the hot weather, they just go together.
Desculpa, olá. Fala inglês. I'm a little
Going
lost.
to use
Perdido.
future data
Onde,
after this cutscene.
let's do.
Tá no lugar errado, rapaz.
Skip a part of the walking simulator.
I need a phone, a telephone.
Bora.
Publico.
A gente não é centro de informação turística, não, gringo.
Well, they weren't gonna help me. And who could blame them? I was a dumb American in a place where dumb Americans were less popular than the clap. If I was gonna find my way out of this mess, I was on my own.
There we go.
Pô, sai de cima de mim, meu.
I hoped the this classy-looking establishment would have a phone so I could call Passos. Either that or a gun so I could shoot myself and save these kids the bother.
Hey, that telephone?
Telefone, vai lá no fundo, ó. Segue em frente.
When you're stuck in a foreign country and you don't know the words for reverse
Yeah, the
charges,
walking
you're in some
simulator
lonely
skip
skin
saves
joint in the
around
middle of some
something
poor
like 40
slum that
seconds.
just had every last cent robbed from you, and you call yourself a bodyguard, then you know you're a loser.
Hey, Matt. Can I buy you a beer?
Do I know you?
I don't think so.
Look, if you're gonna shoot me, make it quick, I'm a little busy.
If I was going to shoot you, I wouldn't waste a beer.
Yeah, New Jersey isn't portrayed in a particularly positive light either.
Why don't you go sit down?
Guaraná pra ele, chopp pra mim. Bem gelado.
Let me start future data here.
Interesting haircut, by the way. Meant to tell you that.
Well, whatever.
It was Monday afternoon.
that was
I'd already
close.
been thrown out of a party, gone to a strip club, and got into a bar fight. This latest midlife crisis was certainly ticking all the boxes.
É o gringo! Ah, não sei! Caralho aí, porra! Não tô vendo porra nenhuma! A gente desce ou não? Foda-se! Isso aí! Isso aí já é!
Fireworks display
What?
was clearly in my honor.
What the hell?
Making sure everyone knew to roll out the red carpet for their surprise guest.
Yeah, let's try that again. It's possible to skip most bullet times in general by pressing space. Although you have to be careful to not
I could hear a woman scream.
shoot dodge
I thought I'd
while
found
doing it.
Fabiana, but instead I stumbled across some.
Yeah, that was I'm not proud of that previous level. This game is kinda strange in the sense that it's easy to lose focus while playing it because it has all the long cutscenes and stuff. And when you do lose focus, it negatively impacts the rest of the gameplay so badly. Oh no. Well, I didn't get this skip first try in my test run either.
These bastards look different. Tougher, more
There was
capable.
no need to announce
They didn't
my
look like
arrival in that
Serrano's
part of
boys, but I
town.
could tell I
I'd
was
drawn
moving
more
up the
than
food
enough
chain.
attention already.
I hoped Fabiana wasn't going to be served up come feeding time.
Entra aqui, caralho! Acorda, acorda, acorda! Vai, vai, vai!
Right into some more shooting segments. My favorite. No, not really. I'm just hoping for the best. Clicking at random directions and pretending I know what I'm doing. What? I never even knew there was a guy there. Another future data skip coming up. Phew, for a moment I thought one of the enemies was still alive or something. Which would have forced me to retry from last checkpoint at the very least. But yeah.
That much security.
I couldn't find
it had to lose in this place, so I just...
What? I got stuck on some junk. What? I just want some painkillers. Is that so much to ask?
I had to hope
All right.
Payne was in his castle.
As I approached the spot, I could hear raised voices.
Para de chorar!
Then I saw that Marcello had turned up with a suitcase full of money along with Fabiano's sister, Giovanna. I only understood a little, but things were not going well.
Rapaz, por favor!
Let's see, where will I split?
I wasn't
Here.
expecting quite so many armed goons.
I usually
but there
try
was no
to make
backing
the
out
split
now.
at the hard
We just had to
cuts
act harder
into
than I
pre-rendered
felt.
cutscene.
Max Payne?
Somehow, I didn't think he was about to tell me I'd won the lottery. All of a sudden, I didn't need that time by myself. Passos was down the hill and I had to catch
Alright,
up.
let's
to
see.
him.
There were 7 guys here, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
I knew I shouldn't have gone there, and that Passos might have to pay the price for my sentimentality. Sorry.
I see. So it's best to always shoot the rockets.
You okay?
I will be once we get out of here. I get the feeling those weren't the only guys DeMarco sent after.
Got that feeling too.
I believe I have a future data buffered.
I started to wonder if my luck was about to run out.
So I'm not going to set it up again.
A long time ago. That's why I was here.
There he is! The money's mine! That's if there's any
So next future data skip happens after this fight, and it has an improvement to it. You see. Oh man. What? Did he live? Oh, that was Passos. I have accidentally shot Passos in this checkpoint. Alright, let's wait that these cutscenes are over and then...
Hey, come on. Hey, wake up.
let us intentionally kill Passos. So long, Passos, I won't miss you. Hello again, Passos. Now I have to save you. What? Oh yeah, one interesting thing about this whole thing is that the HUD glitches up. I can't see my bullet count at the moment. So that's something that makes this new skip pretty interesting. I really need some bullets. Not the shotgun, not the shotgun. Whatever.
The other guy might be here as well. Where you at? Which hit? Payne and the other one. Hold on to it.
Just be cool. Okay, be cool.
Don't tell me to kill!
Hey man, you alright? Thanks, bro.
Oh. Some semi-automatic weapons. Always a good thing. Oh, one survived.
Max, man, I owe you. Up in the tower.
This is the only way through.
If I lay down cover, can you move up on him?
That's anyone's guess.
Ouch. It looked like Max was taking a bit of damage from the sniper fire. Well, it's not going too badly. Some of the fighting has been sloppy and I failed at one small skip. And I couldn't get the chapter 7 shoot dodge skip the first time, but yeah.
Disco dance?
Shut the fuck up, half-caste.
This run is certainly going better than the first test run. That much is certain.
Turn around, move! Move!
The music in this game in general is quite good.
Hold it!
going?
Get east.
You killed my son. You killed my fucking son. My boy.
Your body ain't gonna bury itself. Dig, motherfucker!
Then some more intense keeping Passos alive action.
The morgue. How appropriate.
I'm sure this bunch of long cutscenes would be skippable if you could somehow cause a game over during the combined cutscene, but so far it's not an option. There aren't enemies, or alternatively I don't have control to shoot Passos, for instance. But yeah.
Can't move here, Max! You gotta get up there, take him out!
And now I have painkillers, unlike in the last run, so I will try to do the slightly more risky tactic. I will shoot dodge. Where? Oh no, don't do this to me. Well, that was kind of annoying. Well, I guess it teaches me a lesson for trying out the risky tactics. But... okay, well, I'll try that. Alright. It was a 1 minute time loss or something. But the run is still going.
I think we'll be alright.
Yeah, at least for a little while.
I'm pretty sure I have future data.
Get a little help and we'll get out of here.
I hope I have future data, because I will use it in the very next
Really
checkpoints.
Things are heating up. We got like half the New Jersey mob after us. And a cemetery in Hoboken.
Here I was again, halfway down the world, and still looking at the bodies of women I was supposed to protect. Only difference now is, I didn't understand the language.
Yeah, this is the PC version. if I'm feeling masochistic enough,
Haven't you figured
maybe
out
I'll give the console version, speedrunning the console version, a try as well.
But here's the thing.
The runs would look quite different. It would be kinda interesting in that sense.
I see.
Yeah, it would be a lot slower, of course, maybe 10 minutes at least.
It was time to get out of there. Seemed like someone had decided to carry out some impromptu justice on the street life below. I'd failed Rodrigo and I'd failed Fabiana. And that awful nightclub, the stadium, the docks. I'd been given enough chances to make this right, and again I'd blown it. Perhaps this was my punishment from the fates.
Let me get one extra painkiller here.
For all eternity.
And then, future data? Yes. Yeah, but I mean, I think console and PC should be different categories altogether. They are different enough.
They weren't there for me, as far as I could tell.
So basically I wouldn't be competing for the PC record.
If these fools could buy me some time,
it would be okay if they were listed in the same leaderboard, just with the modifier that one is made on PC and one on console, but... Okay, gotta start future data here.
But I didn't hold out much hope they'd stay that way for long. I'd already lost the ransom money.
What? I got stuck on some weird small wall. Also, I want this rifle. Thank you very much. Let me leap into the old woman's apartment. And a bit of future data action. Yeah, feel free to get it on console if you just want to experience it as a game. It's completely playable. $30 is not a good price for Max Payne on console, to be honest. I think you can get it used for $5 or something.
Fucking great.
Yeah, if you wanna buy it for 30, get it on
alive,
Steam instead.
Still not all that happy about it. Why did the easy way out never come? Maybe I thought I didn't deserve it.
Tá me tirando, porra! Alguma coisa, seu filho da puta! Acabe com ele!
Vai morrer aqui, amigão!
Oh, I could have shoot dodged my way in through the gate. Well, I mean, it is a game from 2012 and I think it's literally $5 used in GameStop or something.
Jesus Christ, these bastards weren't playing games.
Future data, activate.
I couldn't make much sense of what I was seeing, but I had the feeling it wasn't that strange for anyone else. I had no option but to take the scenic route.
Now for some intense skipping action.
These charmers weren't there to make a couple of
I really need to preserve that painkiller that I have
but who was I to cast
if I want to do the following skips.
Justifiable use of force.
Essa puta aqui! Traz essa puta aí! Pra sair daqui. Olha de merda. Nunca aprende a lição. Traficantes e viciados, né? Espero o quê?
Vai se fuder!
Alright, now feel free to shoot Max. Now to set future data up again. Let's hope that worked, and here we go. What? Well, that sucks. It's just a small time loss, but still. It happened the last time too. But it makes for a more stylish, glitched cutscene, so that's a positive. Yeah, I wasn't quite sure if it was the left or the right mouse, so I had to check, and it was too late by that point. It was pure trial and error.
I don't think these guys are here for your baby shower.
Oh no, I didn't start future data.
Stay out of sight.
I need to start it at the next checkpoint, next cutscene.
Temos que achar a menina e o americano.
Essa vai pro pessoal lá de casa. Eu não consigo sentir, mas vai pro inferno comigo.
All right. If the guy doesn't fall off the roof, the bullet time camera is that much shorter.
You okay?
Yeah.
Alright. I have future data and the... What? Didn't even die. So yeah, gotta keep in mind, the one guy at the top is still alive. No, not the shotgun. That's one weapon I don't want. What?
Oh
He wasn't alive. Whatever.
What's going on?
I don't know. We gotta get the hell out of here. Let's go.
We're not going to make it.
I thought the guy at the top didn't die, but then when I got the bullet time camera, I knew that
What the hell were Giovanna and Marcelo
he had
thinking
died,
going in there by themselves?
which made this skip possible, but
Guess their plan
this
was
game is
already
weird
out of
sometimes.
mine, and I couldn't really fault them for
I just got
losing
to
faith in the
go
Bravo's
with the
security
weirdness,
detail.
not try to fight it.
Just check this.
I must embrace
Barely
the
recovering
weird
alcoholic
stuff.
and an unarmed pregnant woman. We were hardly a SEAL team. I put our life expectancy at 5 minutes.
Future data. Active.
must be a way to drop those stairs down.
Wait a second. I'm going to
Yeah,
try something.
Rage is a really interesting engine. Does all sorts of weird stuff all the time. It has weird glitches.
Come on. Let's get the hell away from here. Go on, it's okay. I'm right behind you.
There's someone down there.
Ugh, come on.
Why are they doing this, Max? This is so fucked up!
Our day had started with us hiding in filth, and got progressively worse. My luck was running true to form. Or rather, I was running true to form.
Nice little skip there. Well, at least I think it's nice. Your mileage may vary. What? This is just a mess at the moment, sorry. Terrible shooting and a lack of focus. Then arbitrary shoot dodge. What? But it's not the end of the world.
Open the door. I'm here. It's okay.
Now for a little multitasking and driving.
I can't control this thing!
Ever been with a bus before?
Of course I haven't. Oh my god! No!
Just drive or shoot, sister. Right now, I reckon it'd be better to shoot. It is. Alright, now listen. I'll give you the word. I want you to slam it into gear, full on the gas. Drive us the hell out of here.
What?
Just drive the fucking thing straight and keep on going. Relax. You can do this. Ready? Go. You're doing fine.
Yeah, it's really cool that you can see some cutscenes from the in-game camera. It shows all the editing trickery that Rockstar uses to make the cutscenes look stylish. Like the fact that the lighting changes almost every shot. The lighting is different. It's pretty cool. It's also possible to use future data right as the bus crashes. This skips to the epic level finale early. It's also a fairly big time save, but I think it's a bigger time save and it looks more silly to use future data before the vehicle section instead.
We're okay. We're okay. You good?
Oh, I didn't know that. So you're saying that waiting for the rocket to come out and then shooting it is actually faster. I see.
Son of a bitch. Quick. Come on. Giovanna, go. I need you to get up to the roof of this building and get the passos. Tell them to wait for me. Now go. Jump. Go.
So if you do the later future data skip, which I don't use in this run, Max ends up outside the bus during this whole set piece. So he's covering in front of the bus instead of inside. I suppose it makes the set piece a little bit more difficult because you're actually, I don't think you're in cover during that time. Can't see anything. Come on. And now for the melancholy finishing cutscene of chapter 10, where Invisible Man comes to rescue Max.
I was just about to run to the roof when my savior and friend, the man whose unborn child I had just killed for, decided to leave without me.
Oi, Max! Get in, quick!
I can't believe that bastard just flew off on me. After everything we've been through, I saved his girlfriend's life.
Who? Raul Passos?
Yeah, Raul.
I'm not quite sure where to make the split. I have to wait until there's the hard cut to the next pre-rendered cutscene.
Jesus. I mean, I thought the two of you worked for Rodrigo Branco.
Yeah, so?
So?
I guess it's the boat.
Victor, no.
Well, Raul Passos.
Boat is the pre-rendered cutscene, so it still takes a while.
Back to a few months before you turned up. He even paid for a ticket for him to go to New York.
Why?
I don't know, my guess is to meet you.
But why?
I don't know, maybe he liked you. Maybe he thought you needed a break.
That's funny.
I don't know, maybe he wanted some dumb gringo to come down here to shoot things up and maybe to take the watch for Rodrigo when he got shot.
I don't believe that.
Why? Because you're not a dumb gringo? Or because you are?
You know, I have no fucking clue anymore.
I think the hard cut itself is a good universal visual cue for splits. That's what I'm going for, at least so far.
Okay. Let me ask you something.
What?
Well, what is it that you really thought that you were doing down there in Panama? Hmm? And don't tell me you're so naive as to think you were just down there guarding a woman.
I didn't know what to say. I had been so loaded in Panama, I could scarcely remember my own name. I know things had got real.
Alright, bye Atrix. Yeah, I like how this chapter looks. Nice, clean visual style of the Panama Canal. It's just a shame this level doesn't have future data skips. Then it would be truly awesome. Well, I'll try.
¡Encontré a uno de ellos! ¡Todo bien, marica!
I suppose one guy is coming from here. Yeah. I could predict he's coming.
The dead guys looked like soldiers in one of those Central American guerrilla armies. Pirates with a manifesto. Psychos with a dream. That sort of bullshit.
Let's start future data just for the heck of it. Yeah, the music is good too. Chapter 13 I'm not so fond of. It's really chaotic as far as the combat goes.
I needed one more gulp of fresh air before I
It's a
died.
challenge.
It was like the need for a wake-up whiskey after a 2-day bender. How to shut off the fuel feeds. I shut down one engine, but it didn't make much difference. There. I could breathe again. Now the boat could get back to smelling like suntan oil, stale margaritas, and greed.
What? What? When? How did that guy get behind me?
So this was the famous Panama Canal. We could have gone to the...
I'll go pick up the painkiller just in case.
Pirates wouldn't get everything.
Oh yeah, and once again I forgot, I should already start running before I start shooting. It's just a waste of time to do it otherwise.
I had to save some valuables.
Come on, I got stuck on the railing. Come on, why is it so difficult?
I spotted Passos and Marcelo. If I'd known back then that they'd been up to no
Alright,
good
that
while
makes
I was
sense.
fighting my way.
I guess I exploded on the first floor because C. Jacobs did that in his run.
We can get a...
Yeah, maybe I should go in cover or something. Where's the final guy?
I don't know what I expected to find. On a boat full of drunks and bullshit artists, I'd been the cabaret act. Shooting whatever came in front of me was easier than coming to terms with that reality.
guess not aiming at all works the best if you have if you are dual wielding, since you do enough damage.
It was nice to see a friendly face in Panama.
Well, that's it for that chapter.
I blocked out all my questions. All I thought about was getting to Daphne Bernstein before it was too late.
About Grand Theft Auto 4, I never got really into it. I played through it, but there were many parts that I didn't enjoy about it. Looks like I'm getting some dropped frames.
Fuck, man. He gets everything. The other two, not so much.
And now Rodrigo's dead.
Exactly. And Marcelo, too. It's an awful tragedy for Victor, huh? A man running on a law and order ticket, you know, whose brothers have both been killed in such terrible circumstances. A true patriot.
What about Marcelo?
Marcelo was an idiot. Were this true, I certainly don't believe he could possibly have known about it. But I do believe some other scheme, you know, some other bullshit. Whatever that cash was, Victor could have talked him into something. I don't know yet.
And Passos?
Yeah, I'm suddenly getting
bum ex-cop.
a fair amount of dropped frames once again.
Failed in São Paulo.
That's pretty annoying.
Surrounded by more money and more poverty than his tiny little head can handle. You think guys like that can't be bought?
No, but
But nothing. He's probably not a bad guy. He's just a man caught in the crossfire of a very rich family.
What about me?
You. You're the fall guy. The American,
Alright.
running around.
Do runners generally aim for the fast chapter 12 cutscene? Or is it just some specialty?
How it is.
You were an angry ex-cop. You were sitting in a bar with a history of violence and a history of a bad temper. You were perfect.
Me and Passos went to the academy together.
Did you?
I don't fucking know.
Okay, let's take a drive, Max. You want to do some good? Want to get yourself killed in a good cause? Then I need you to check something out for me.
Like what?
That incident at the favela today. Now, some of my officers say a bus drove off some captives.
They did, I saw it.
But no captives were ever booked.
They probably handed them off to the paramilitary
Alright.
squads. The,
Caixa Preto?
Right.
Who did?
I don't know, the cops. The other cops. The cops who shoot on sight.
The UFE.
Right.
Max, you see that building there?
Imperial Palace Hotel.
And that's what it says. People go in there in large groups under armed guard. But it isn't a police station, and no one comes out of there.
Why don't you just go in and bust the joint? Get a warrant.
I'm only a cop, Max.
So you keep saying. Time to find out what was going on here. I didn't fancy booking myself in the presidential suite, so went looking for the basement. I wasn't too upset.
Yeah, I noticed some of the competition.
It was the question I kept on asking myself. How could I have been so blind? I was convinced the Broncos had gotten the wrong man for the job, but maybe De Silva was right. I was the stooge. The bad joke everybody got.
Alright,
but
future
me.
data.
The Imperial Palace Hotel was a 5-star bona fide shithole. I needed to find out why guests were checking in by the busload and checking out by the bagload. Maybe the service would be better upstairs.
Você tá bem, porra? Fala mais alto! Isso não vai ter final feliz pra você, mano!
Yeah. Oh no, I didn't notice the guy, but Max's magnetic melee did the job. And I always underestimate how much damage the enemies in the later chapters really do to Max. Yeah, I think unless this run goes spectacularly wrong some way, it will be a good time, or a pretty good time. All things considering, it will be a pretty good time. And
a bad caricature of a better man.
Yeah, I will submit it, and we'll see what people think about it.
Ufe, that deal at the favela was getting dirtier by the minute.
Let's see, I need future data at the very end of the chapter.
Now we just have to
But not
find out
before
why.
that.
Starting with a bit of bedtime reading for Mr. De Silva. When you've lived the kind of life I've lived, reality
Yeah, it is a
comes
first
at you
submitted
through a
run, and it's
different lens.
a second run overall.
But nothing could have prepared me for what was on the other side of that door.
I'm just a noob at this game.
I had to get those poor bastards out of there.
P.S. I beat your world record by 10 minutes.
Serrano. He looked pathetic. A man defeated. I walked away and left him to his own personal nightmare. Whatever hell this was De Silva had sent me into, I knew I had to put an end to it.
Oh yeah, I finished the guide for the most
I
part.
didn't understand everything.
The guide
and I
about
never
glitches
would.
and
I
tricks.
understood enough. Sometimes a complicated problem.
I think the most important data is now written down there. And yeah, I think too that 230 Max Payne is reality. Oh no, not the shotgun. Yeah, if you got everything the first try, it's basically something like 26, almost 27 minutes of time save.
This was hell on earth. De Silva was no fool. I'd have driven on off into the sunset too if I were
Hey,
him.
Atrix.
But I was in too far now.
What the fuck is going on here? How much do you
I
want?
do have a little bit of an
What have you been
experimental skip route going on in chapter 14.
It's easy for you. Listen, I know people. They will
Yeah, I
kill
lowered
you.
the
I
resolution
can help
just
you. Trust me. Please,
because
please.
to make the streaming a little bit easier.
Have a lot of
I
money.
lowered the bitrate and resolution
Lots of money.
because I'm streaming and playing on the same computer, and my computer isn't
Please.
really super powerful any longer.
Espera. Eu posso explicar tudo. Tudinho.
So yeah, in chapter 14 there's a skip that seems to work differently when testing it from chapter select compared to
Pelo amor de Deus.
during a full game run.
Não me mata.
So,
Não. Pelo amor de Deus.
but hopefully I found a workaround for it, and I can get the skip in this run instead of softlocking miserably.
For all Serrano
So that's
owed
something
me,
to look forward to
he
in
paid enough.
chapter 14.
For now, I had bigger debts to call in. Even I could guess what Demolisao meant. That building was condemned in more ways than one.
Perhaps I'll get the painkillers.
You can't unsee something, but you can dull the effect.
Just in case.
I'd seen some dark shit in my time.
Quickly escape sniper fights. Come on, please. All right. Wait a minute, did I... Oh, I still have the sniper rifle, good. For a moment there, I thought I accidentally picked up some other weapon. No, all is well. Yes, Max
That was the
dying
last of the
mysteriously is a part of the
I just hope
all is well assessment.
and all the evil in it.
Sometimes rolling allows me to... No visibility whatsoever. What? What's going on here? Sometimes rolling allows me to go past those explosions.
My problem. Wanna know what my problem is? You're turning humans into glue. That's what my fucking problem is.
I don't know what you're talking about. All I know is that I hear about you bodyguard for the Rangers. They are all dead. You have to report it. Hey, hang on here.
At least I fucking tried.
Screen shaking.
The whole city is great. The great American savior.
What?
You think it makes any difference? You think stopping this legitimate is the
Finally.
helping anyone?
Legitimate? You're stealing people's organs!
We pay for everything. We have the record.
Oh, so people can sell their livers, their hearts, their eyeballs? You're insane, you sick fuck!
Hello, not creative bush.
I told you the city was dangerous. People, safe.
Like it.
I know a lot of powerful people.
Well, your
Nice to see you happy
powerful people
tourists,
are gonna help you out of this one, buddy. What the fuck are you doing here?
I came back
I can see that. But why?
to save you.
Oh, yeah, real hero.
Listen,
No, come with me, Max. To
Oh yeah, when you
Brazil.
say
Be a chance
spam
to
skip,
play
do
the
you mean
fall guy in a plot that my
this
boss's
part
is
or the
watching?
pre-rendered
To
part?
profit from the selling of human organs. Yeah, it'll be perfect for you.
what are you talking about? I don't know
Hey,
nothing about
Fox.
human organs, man. Victor and Marcelo were trying to teach Rodrigo a lesson. Get into losing the purse strings and the family money. They pressured me into doing it.
Alright, well I didn't
You wanna
I
know?
didn't
I came back
spam
for
the
you.
skips.
I did my
So
best. I'm having a kid, Max. I gotta go.
probably won't get it, but
Later. Now, let's go. Hope this thing works.
I thought I was going to have to witness another murder.
Nah. Not him.
You ready?
I guess.
Okay. I've looked through this information.
yeah,
you
it
got.
does have a fair
It's not
amount of
very nice.
unskippable
What is
cutscene.
It's the Ufe. The famous Mr. Becker.
Friend of Victor Bronco.
Yes. And the contributor to his campaigns. A government employee, of course.
And?
A weapons dealer. A murderer. This was known. A dealer in human organs. This wasn't known.
A proper gentleman.
Sure.
So you're gonna bring him down?
Yes, because I want to lose my wife and my children and then get killed myself. All that after watching him walk free.
Tell me what has to be done.
Well, officially there's nothing I can do.
And unofficially?
Well, we can always try something a little more creative.
Creative? De Silva had promised me a 10 o'clock showcase. I had to make sure I was on stage and ready for my close-up.
Diga a Becker. Quem vem para ele?
Yeah, skippable cutscenes help a game's replayability a whole lot.
Olha aqui. Tropa. Ei, moço. Mano, quem é esse cara aí?
Manda tua conta, rapaz.
Vai, conta.
It's especially insulting because the still loading text is just a bold-faced lie.
Convidado nosso.
It's not loading anything.
Deixa comigo, vou dar uma lição nele.
Então, o pai dela não disse.
Ladrão, filha da puta! Vai atrás de inocentes! Vai ver o que vai acontecer contigo! Vamos aqui! É aqui que você vai se acontecer, caralho! Tá pensando o quê? Hã? Onde é que você vem? Fica aí, caralho! Eu? Se fudeu, filha da puta! Otário! Vai morrer aí, otário! Deixa eu sair daqui, né?
Ô, segura a porta aí.
Yeah, I can kind of understand that.
Vamos resolver aquela parada lá, hein? Demorou.
Well, yes, that's true. It becomes completely arbitrary if you start tampering with game files.
I knew nothing resembling
Wait a minute,
good
let me get
times
the
lay
rifle.
beyond that gate.
Now
I was
we're
gonna have
talking.
to face the music. It sounded like all hell was breaking loose. Whatever nonsense De Silva had pulled, it seemed to be working.
Você me achando com cara de babaca? Por favor, eu te fiz uma pergunta.
Yeah, no enemies there, I think. Just a few guys here. Like that. Yeah, let's hope this skip works this time instead of failed in a kind of anticlimactic manner the last time.
That kid had the right idea. There was no point bouncing bullets off that thing. I decided I'd try to pick up where he left off.
Alright. Say hello to Invulnerable Max. No melee attacks, please. Melee attacks. Well, Max isn't immune to those, despite being immune to everything else momentarily.
Another dark, rainy night. Another police station. Another futile crusade.
I guess
for
it's just my
amends.
fate
Time
to
moves forward, and
have
nothing
almost
changes.
no rifle ammo. Oh shucks, these guys.
Of course, they were headed my way.
Still don't have rifle ammo to speak of. Well, I have bullet time, so let's just dive in, so to speak, just in time for the second wave to appear. Well, it could have gone a lot worse.
If the heat was rising, that meant I was getting closer to the source. I had to keep moving. Whatever depressing fate lay on the other side of those doors, there was no point in putting it off any longer.
Depressing fate indeed. It must be depressing watching me play these shooting sections. Oh no. This isn't going too well. Well, fortunately my luck turned
killed
around.
more. I still didn't know how I'd gone.
Where am I going? Almost out of rifle ammo again.
Tear gas. This wasn't good. I needed to find a way out of that stairwell and fast. My eyes and throat burned.
So let's see. Does this guy have a rifle? No? Fine. I remember that Max drops his weapons for no reason at this part. So you're suggesting to bring the rifle to the final boss. Have to keep that in mind. If I can remember from all the other stuff that I have to try to remember.
Another pile of bodies and still nothing to show for it. It felt like I was detaching, that maybe this was revenge for something else. Something buried deep in the past.
I desperately need some ammo, I think, soon. Oh no, what? Max, don't do weird things. I barely have time to stop in this part though. Well. Yeah, this is getting pretty intense.
Becker and Bachmeyer had taken their pound of flesh and sold it on the black.
Nothing to lose.
Beleza, rapaziada, bom trabalho. Só tô esperando a confirmação do outro grupo, mas o gringo já deve
It was a good first. Let's just say it was a good first run. I want to remain optimistic about this. What? Surprise attack. Come on. This just isn't good.
Get a direct shot. I was gonna have to get creative. It was a waste of bullets. His cover was too good.
Alright.
They had barred the door. Every last one of those bastards.
Now for the chapter 14, which features a new skip. I hope I can get it working.
Felt like my vacation was coming to an end. Only I wasn't heading home with a sunburn, a bag full of duty-free, and a dose of VD. I was making a bet.
I have to stand there and wait until the combined cutscene is finished, or else bad things might happen.
These were Becker's guys. Him and Victor had a private airport to go with their private army and their private jet. The customer restroom. I could get through to the departure gates up ahead. There were UFE all over the airport, and civilians were being moved out. Looking at it one way, shutting down the airport.
I think I got the future data. Alright. It's a slightly complex glitch. And perhaps I'll explain it someday, but not in the middle of this firefight.
The gate had opened at the other end of the departure lounge.
Ugh. Oh, there's a grenade. I gotta avoid that.
Just perfect. Grenades.
Where? Oh no, I'm running out of ammo. Pretty hardcore. Just
Didn't look like
I
there'd be
barely
any
made it.
trams leaving until the power
All right.
was on. It worked. The trams were running again. Maybe they'd take me to my gate. Maybe
I
they'd
have
bring
set up
more
future
guys
data.
wanting
I
to
will
whack me. Maybe both.
use future data like in the previous run. I will use it during the tram ride, but this time I save and continue to prevent the soft lock.
And we were off. I felt like I might be able to recharge for a second. At least until we pulled into the station and met more murderous assholes.
Oh, that's bad. I should aim for headshots. If the enemies get just fall down, it's just a wasted cycle basically. Again. Yeah, now future data.
It was perfect. Everyone.
And now quit the main menu. Continue. Suddenly I questioned whether this is a good idea after all. Gotta start future data here. Like that. And now I have to wait until all the enemies are dead.
Was slowing down, and I'd only just gotten on board.
And
I had to salvage what
the
I could
train doors
and
are
see what was
opening,
waiting
and
for
then
me.
let's hope this works. Because if it doesn't, I have to restart Max Payne 3.
This was my stop.
Alright, here we go. Becker boss fight.
Becker's
Which
gifts were
glitches
everywhere,
horribly.
So he and Bronco must be close. The smart move would have been sticking with De Silva and going straight to the hangar. But when was I ever...
And then when I continue, the game should continue from the Becker boss fight, like normal. Ouch. I wonder if these army cars actually explode. So, is it a wasted tactic to try to blow them up?
You're pissing in the wrong pool, Mr. Payne. How many more of your clowns are sent to death?
Come on.
You know, Max, you're just another green with writing those children on our
What? Finally.
Here I was, about to execute this poor bastard like some dime store angel of death, and I realized they were correct. I wouldn't know right from wrong if one of them was helping the
I like
poor,
the
the other
glitched
was banging my
HUD at the
sister.
bottom. The game is offering me a choice.
Look! A squad is coming from the right! Eyes right! Come on, Max! They're gonna kill us! Get them before they get us! Insurance ain't gonna cover this! Ay! Shit! That about sums it up. They're blocking the runway! Shit! This isn't good! Shit! Right there! I'm normally a behind the desk kind of cop! Only I've been one.
Now I will proceed to fail shooting down this plane 15 times in a row.
Get it over with!
Well, I guess not. Sub 240. Actually, my original goal for this game was sub 240.
Max! No!
So now I reached my goal. I am free. I can start playing other games.
We have what
No,
we
maybe
need
I'll
now.
maybe I'll stick with Max Payne 3. I'll have to
Spell in prison.
think about it. This run could still be better.
Trust me.
I'm not sure about the route. The routing is very in-depth at this point. I can't think of any more future data improvements. But maybe there are. Maybe there still are more skips. You just have to dig really hard for them.
Walk with a lift.
Yeah, thanks for the congratulations. And I wonder if I should... Maybe I'll make a one run of the time trials arcade category as well. That might be kind of fun. Less cutscenes. I think you could get time trials category to somewhere around 2 hours. It also has a few future data skips. Not as many as the story mode, but still. Is the score attack on normal difficulty or what? Yes, you can use future data in score attack too, but there are less skips that are relevant in that category. I think you can skip maybe 12 minutes in score attacks using future data compared to the 26 minutes you can skip in story mode. Oh, so there is a difficulty selection. I didn't notice the last time. I just thought it is some sort of a default difficulty. Yeah, score attack. Arcade runs skip the intros and outros of each level, as well as most of the walking simulator bits. It would be a more tolerable run than something that is over 2 hours 30 minutes. Since it is summer after all, and the heat is unbearable,